Welcome to the More You Look podcast. Welcome to the More You Look podcast.
Hello everyone, welcome to yet another episode of the More You Look podcast. My name is Femi Anthony and I've got my friend here, Shego Sky.
What you do, people?
What's up?
Going back to Orizu. The more you look, less you.
The more you look, the less you see, bro. Kicking off today's episode, we want to start like I promised in the last episode. We want to read out some of your feedback. I got quite a few, but today we will just be touching on maybe a couple or maybe 3 or 4 or so. First one here says, what is this one? Sticky underscore. Anyway, you know yourself anyway. It says, hello guys, I love what you're doing and I see your numbers rising like Gary in cold water. My only wish is that you speak more on things going on in Nigeria. Stay blessed. Well, to the person who sent us this, we thank you, we appreciate you. Well, we do touch on things going on in Nigeria because at the end of the day, that's where we come from. And we can forget what we came from, but we must never forget where we came from, and we never do. But you see, the issue is now we live in what you would call foreign lands. We live in the UK. We have people that watch us in different parts of the world, and we can't just, center everything on Nigerian issues. But one thing we can do is make sure that every episode we have a segment where we discuss what's going on in Nigeria, so that our foreign listeners to sort of understand our perspective from where we are coming from, because wherever we came from is part of what made us who we are today. Second feedback, this guy says, hi, my name is Ehis. Is that how you pronounce it? Ehis. My name is Ehis, and I've been following your podcast from the start. I can see the growth, and I just wanted to tell you guys to keep it up. I like your chemistry, and I am a fan. And this is good to hear. It's one of our This is good to hear. Ehis, I appreciate you. I appreciate your feedback. Please keep it coming. I'm open to constructive criticism. And thanks a lot for that. I think we'll have Sky read one.
Yeah, before I read that, talking about the other person that commented about talking more about Nigeria. Yeah, the truth is, you've said it all, but I wanted to add that, it's just good for us to It's just good for us to expose things around the world rather than limit it to Nigeria, because at the end of the day, you understand, we've got some exposure here in the UK, and some people might have other experiences elsewhere, So we don't want to keep it just Nigeria only. That's the idea of starting this in the first place anyways, you understand? And don't forget, from time to time, we give you scoops and details of how to be a Nigerian in the UK, if I can put it that way.
Stuff like that.
So just bear with us. We'll try and keep it Nigerian, but not 100% Nigerian. So for one of the other feedbacks we had was this person said, what's up, Femi and Sky? I just want to say happy birthday to Sky in Arias. Thanks, bro. I follow you guys on social media, and from the video posted, I could see you really had fun that day. Just here to say, keep up the good work. Your podcast is fresh and different because every episode leaves me with a new thing to learn. Thanks, guys, and God bless. Thank you too. God bless.
Thank you for that. We appreciate it. Like I said, keep giving us your feedback. It makes us feel that there are people out there that listen, that are watching and hearing us. We appreciate it. First topic of discussion for today. I noticed there was a bit of fracas on Twitter recently regarding an issue that concerns the NHS. And you know how people are. It's very easy to start. It's very easy for people to get into a frenzy online. Basically, this is about people saying, NHS is about to start selling off or giving out their details, their medical details to third parties. And, I looked into this a bit and, I don't know if there's a bit of truth in it or not. But one thing I know is the NHS themselves on the nhs.uk website, it states clearly there, you can go on there and manage your choice. If you're watching this, I'll repeat myself. If you go on nhs.uk, you have the option of managing your choice to choose if you want your data shared by your GP with third parties. There is option there to share your details because they are saying that their own drive is basically GP surgeries sharing your details with third-party elements just for research and planning purposes only. But even if you don't want that to happen, all you have to do is go on nhs.co.uk or NHS UK, download the forms on there, fill in the forms that says that I do not want my medical data shared with third parties. Fill that form, send it to your GP surgery. Some people are saying, there's a deadline for this, it has to be September, blah, blah, blah. It says quite clearly there on the NHS website that this is not true. There is no deadline. There's no September deadline for, opting out for your details not to be shared with third-party elements. I don't want to dwell on that, so we're going to move on straight. I don't know if you know this, Sky, but, I came across something interesting recently. And the truth is, I personally find it hilarious. I don't know if you know that England has gone into a trade agreement with India.
I heard that,
Yeah. And one of the stipulations for this deal is that there has to be freedom of movement for 2 years. And that's for Indians to be able to come to the UK and to move around freely for 2 years. It was part of the trade deal. And let me tell you what I find hilarious. It is not actually the trade deal itself or the fact that Indians will be allowed to come into this country for 2 years, because it's a good thing for Indians. It's a great opportunity for people to change their lives, do something better for themselves and their families. But what I find funny is that so many people voted this Brexit because to them, they are keeping foreigners out of their country, from coming here to take their jobs, from coming here to, I don't understand, take their houses
their economy
and benefit from their economies. Now, this is majorly the EU citizens, because let's be honest, most Africans that come to this country do not have access to public funds anyway. So if you think about it, the entirety of Europe, the whole of Europe is made up of 447 million people on average. India alone has 1.4 billion people. So
them and China, which is the largest?
I swear to God, I don't know. But what I know is
both of them.
What me and Sha know is 1.4 billion and 447 million. That gap is like more than double. It seems to me like
just rename England, India.
No, that's not even the point. No, that's not the point. That's not the point I'm trying to make. The point I'm trying to make is
It's not an island.
it's like you shooting yourself in the foot.
In the foot, yeah.
Imagine somebody who is a bigot, thinking, because the government themselves did not sell this Brexit idea properly to the people.
They didn't want to.
They sold it as, we're getting foreigners out, we're keeping British jobs for British people, British housing for British people.
Britain first.
But here we are.
Forgetting that they're going to need trade, forgetting that they're
we are. Now you are going to be forced to do trade deals with countries that will not give you stipulations that you have no choice.
No choice over it. Exactly. I think for some reason someone is having a laugh somewhere, because when all this Brexit started, you understand? No, this must probably be. It must not be the end game for that person, but the person was like, it's how about we get out of Europe, Especially Nick Farage.
What's her name?
Nick Farage, for instance.
What's that woman's name? Theresa May.
Yeah.
Was it Theresa May?
The past Prime Minister.
Yeah, I think she
Theresa May.
started this drive.
No, it was Nick Farage. Nick Farage.
No, Nigel Farage.
Nigel Farage. But I'm not sure he's actually the initiator from the start. But his own plight, where it all started from and where he got aggressive was that he was not happy with the kind of decisions they were making.
Mm-hmm.
He was not happy that Britain was paying a lot of money, as opposed to other nations in the EU.
Mm-hmm.
Then he was not happy that Britain didn't have enough representation in the number of seats available. You understand?
Yeah.
So, but he was not thinking about all these problems that we are now.
I don't know if you know this, but is that man not a racist or a bigot himself? Because I think he was heading. What's the name of this political party?
That's what I'm saying.
I forgot.
Brexit party. No, it wasn't Brexit
No,
party.
this they hate foreigners.
Yeah,
somehow.
they didn't last long.
Yeah. But here we are.
Because when they were selling, see,
and guess what? If you think about it, that is why they couldn't close the airports.
The border,
when the Indian virus started, because they are your brotherhood now. They're your brotherhood now. I personally am happy for the Indians. Because the same way we had the opportunity to leave our countries to come here and make something better. There you go. Now many people there have the chance to come here and study, live, It's up to the government. I always say this, anything that involves immigration, don't blame the foreigners. Don't blame the government from not creating the basic amenities, putting systems in place to make it easier for people to actually coexist. We need more schools, more GP surgeries, more hospital beds. We need more hospitals. We need more of everything, more play areas, more parks, and stuff like that. Then and only then, because more people are coming in and nothing is changing.
Bro, man, for Brexit, I just feel like it's a total failure. It's like one of the biggest scam ever in the world, even bigger than MMM.
I won't even call it a scam. I will call it. I know that I'm calling it a scam. I'll call it stupidity.
Yeah, ignorance. Really
making decisions. And people themselves were like sheep.
Yeah,
brainless sheep.
Yeah, exactly.
They did not even allow themselves to think.
Exactly. They did not even try and look for information.
You'll be shocked. I know people that are well learned on my Facebook, people that I personally know, all right, that actually went with the Brexit thing just because they thought, British first.
Yeah, we're kicking out foreigners.
British first, but you're having to do deal with India. British first, but now you are all over the place, hat in hand, scouring the world for deals.
Femi,
now we are being forced to do deal with America to import food that will kill our children, chemical food that will cause cancer in years.
I thought Britain was great in agriculture.
Oh no, please, bro. That was then. There's nothing great about even. Let me tell you, even white people will tell you there's basically not many things are great.
You know why? It's simple. This thing is simple. I think all this is just a punishment
from God.
No, for the past generations of British greats, and their kids, and their kids are the ones suffering it. You know why? A lot of things that they probably have done in the past, you understand, that has led to all this stage. It has made some of these kids, some of this generation, it has made them lazy, I'm sorry to say. Lazy for information, lazy in agriculture. How many British people actually go into agriculture? That's one. Number two, health sector, which is like the biggest in the UK, which is like the big. How many Brits, true and true Brits, do you work with in the hospital? How many, as opposed to other cultures? You understand? You can't have a system like that and you be advocating for Britain first.
Okay, wait.
You get what?
They wanted the country to be a multicultural country. Yes. And now they have achieved it. So don't complain, please. Please don't complain.
You understand? It's good. You understand? I'm happy.
It's a good thing. Let's be multicultural. You are forgetting one thing.
But
Go back to Africa, the African continent. This is the continent that we all hold high in esteem.
Yeah.
We believe the world started from Africa.
Yep.
We believe civilization started in Africa. If you look at your history, the real history,
Yeah.
What's his name? Columba, what's this guy that said he started? Christopher Columbus, or whatever the fuck his name is. He didn't discover anything. You can't discover something that already existed.
Yeah. It's not possible.
He got to those places and found people there, and they're saying he discovered them. The people that live there, what do you call them then? So if you look at your real history, if you now go back to that Africa and look at the countries in there, majority of African countries are multicultural countries. This is the same thing that the Great Britain wanted to achieve.
Yeah.
Where is the peace in Africa? That should be the key question. Nigeria is the largest African country, right? We call us a giant of Africa because of our size. We have over 200 million people.
Plus,
we have ethnicities ranging in hundreds. There are over 2,000 languages. Where is the peace? So you want to make this country a multicultural country, and the honest truth is there's relative peace.
Yeah, but where it now gets contradictory is the Brexit. You should never have.
No, I think what they wanted was because, see, the issue is if you go to your local council, 5 years ago, if you went to your local council, maybe you wanted a house for housing problems and stuff like that. What you will find is that you will find Europeans on the list ahead of you. And I'm talking of white British people.
Yeah.
So it became a case of Europeans coming here, having access to public funds, having access to free housing, having access to quite a lot of stuff. And the British people sat back and thought, oh, wait a minute. What's going on here? We want British fans. Once Nigel Farage started singing that song, it was like the piper of Camelot, or what you call it.
That's what
people got on the bandwagon. British first, British jobs for British people. Mates, in 50 years' time.
Where is it now to pick up all these things?
Oh, no, people like that, they know what they do. They cause the problem, they cause the chaos, and they withdraw.
Yeah.
That is basically what happens.
Although you could argue that if you had voted him in, if he became the prime minister,
I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about it.
But Femi,
quick question before you say your point. Quick question before I forget. What do you think will be the situation of England as a country in the next 40 to 50 years, immigration-wise?
Well, for one, because I live here, this is my home now. I hope it's not going to go to drains.
Don't hope. No, it's already started. Let me tell you, the greatest thing that this country has is the NHS. Whether you like it or not.
That's they are trying.
The NHS presently is about to be dismembered, to be taken apart, brick by brick. And once that happens, personally, I don't think there will be an NHS in the next 20 years. It's not what I want to happen.
No.
I believe we should protect the NHS at all costs.
You are right. We're hanging by the trend. You know, we're having private people that are close to that
because
the country and are close to dying, raise funds for the NHS.
You know what I mean? The more we continue sticking our head up the arsehole of America, we are heading for doom. That's where I say.
You know, I think we kind of dodged a little bullet. I don't know how long it's going to take us. No.
As at this morning, I still read that Boris Johnson.
You know why? Why I said we dodged a bullet is this. If Americans didn't keep Trump out of office, it could have been worse. Because remember, it was for Brexit. He had his end game that he wanted to do. He was looking at an even bigger deal than this with America.
Let me tell you.
So maybe Americans did us a huge favor by kicking him out. Because with Biden, it might not be as glaring as what Trump was going for.
That's not the thing. Let me tell you something.
I'm just saying.
I don't want us to digress too much, but I can tell you right now that President Obama did more harm to black people than Donald Trump. But I will leave it there. I will leave it there. I will leave it there. But I will leave that stuff for another day. If you want to open that door, that's stuff for another day. But what I'm trying to say is, you see all these deals, long term is what I'm thinking of. All this food that they want to be bringing in, processed food from America, it's going to do our people more harm than good. More harm than good. But moving on, I hope you're enjoying your Brexit anyway. Moving on, we can't talk about all this and not talk about what is happening back home in our own country of origin, which is Nigeria. Did you hear that they are planning on changing the name of the country itself?
To Sharia United or what?
No, and they say UAR, United
African
Republic. Some equally stupid, lack of creativity is just a big
by
problem.
our inept leader.
I don't know if these people think changing the name of something will fix the problem.
Femi, for a long time.
If this laptop is not working, if I decide to call it Android, it will not change anything.
They think it's like the business world where you rebrand and it fixes some.
What I don't understand, because you see, it's diabolical. Nigerians are in a what I would call a catch-22 situation, and catch-22 by saying that what I mean is we cannot sit here right now. Yes, we've been through it ourselves. We fought these wars ourselves, literally and figuratively. When we were on ground in Nigeria as teenagers, we have been through the hardship that people are going through now. We have also suffered. So nobody can come here and say, oh, what are they talking about just because they live abroad. But that aside, we can't sit here and ask Nigerians to partake in a revolution at this point. They tried it with the NSAS. Look at the number of people that died. As at this morning, I was still reading that what's this panel that they created to look at this thing. They were saying, they were declaring at the panel that more than 99 people died. People are still saying it's a lie, more than 99. That was an example of people protesting peacefully.
Just in Lagos.
Just in Lagos. Now, imagine if we are asking people to do this on a larger scale. What do you think will happen? Does it even make sense? Because right now, I think Nigeria is sitting on a gunpowder and people are asleep. And when I say people, I don't mean you guys. Because it is hard in Nigeria. When I say people are asleep, I mean the governors, the senators, the House of Assembly. These are the people that have the power to effect actual change. Your local government chairman, all these people, members of House of Assembly, they are the people that have the power to effect change. But let me tell you, we don't see what is going on on the inside. When these people get in power, they have their occultic meetings. They swear oaths amongst each other. It sounds perfect, but it's what is happening. I mean, think about it. How else do you want to explain a government that grants amnesty to actual Boko Haram terrorists? A government that sends terrorists abroad? A government that actually pardons terrorists and threatens his own civilians, his own citizens? How do you want to explain this? The president went on Twitter or whoever manages his social media account and threatened people saying blah 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 blah, invoking Biafra of past. Do you know how many people died during the Biafran war?
Bro, you said the president went on Twitter. I thought Twitter was
banned. To be honest,
I
know it's not even that. Before they banned the whole thing, I know it's not him because Ayo Fayose, the former governor of one state like that, he came after and said, we are just abusing Buhari. Do you think Buhari can type? Do you think that's what he said now? He said, do you think it's Buhari that is putting all this thing here? Do you think Buhari know how to use phone? That was what he said. And I believe him. We allow dinosaurs into seats of power. The man is a tyrant. Because Twitter, the owner of Twitter, Jack Dorsey, he endorsed the removal of that tweet. Because that tweet is very divisive and it is a kind of tweet that can incite violence. Our country, in their ego, big ego, what we don't understand is the Nigerian government's decision to ban Twitter totally from Nigerians is exactly what each of us experience in our lives at home from our African elders.
Yeah.
Once they find out they are wrong, they shut you down. How many times have you seen, even there is a saying with us Yoruba people that whatever an elder tells you, you have to take it like that.
Yeah, they always say
you don't argue with that, whether you like it or not.
Only Agba. Hey, how do they say that? An elder is always right.
An elder is always right. That's the saying. That's the Yoruba saying.
You know?
Yeah. Whether it favors you or not, if an elderly person tells you something, you have to take it.
Yeah.
And that's why elders, they have grown to, they have created this delusion for themselves that they can never go wrong. And that is what is happening. Delusions of grandeur. They banned you on Twitter. Instead of to come back and apologize and say, well, I didn't mean these statements the way I crafted it. This was what I meant. A leader has to serve. Imagine that's why you find people when they are putting something online, they'll say, we're to rule Nigeria. Well, you don't rule, man. You lead.
You serve.
We are not goats. You serve. The thing that is really paining me now is they banned Twitter. Now they have criminalized the thing. You are liable to get arrested if they find Twitter on your phone. Already, Nigerian police, the first thing they do when they stop you, they ask for your phone. Because they believe everybody is a potential fraudster. Now they are going to ask for your phone, and what will they do? They will start looking for Twitter on there. Whether they see Twitter or not, everything is Twitter to them. Because majority of these guys are illiterates.
Wait, guys. Wait, I'm just saying something. Is TB Joshua dead?
Yeah.
Don't you know? We've talked about it since.
Wow, I didn't know.
Yeah, the Pastor TB Joshua of Synagogue Church of All Nations. He died.
Of all nations.
Yes. But you know what? We will get back to the Twitter issue. Quick segue. Do you know what's really surprised me this morning? When the news of his death broke.
Yeah.
I went online. I went on Facebook. I went on Instagram. I went on Twitter. But you know the amazingly surprising thing was that quite a lot of people had something nice to say about him. People were coming out, footballers were coming out to say, when I couldn't do this, when I couldn't do that, he gave me $3,000 for my visa, he gave me this for this. People were calling him a great man, people that he had touched, he has helped. Communities were coming up to say, well, he always donated this bag of rice. This is why I always tell people that life is like a die. Ludo dice has 4 corners, or how many corners does it have?
Yeah.
It's like a coin. What faces you turns its back to another. Perspective is everything. A 6 in front of me could be a 9 in front of you. There was this general belief that the man is evil. The man is using that. He used diabolical means. Blah blah blah. But let me tell you, go online now and read thousands of comments from people.
Yeah.
Who are actually really sad that he passed away.
Bro.
So back on this Twitter thing, what I want us to do with our platform, because our platform is for the people. We need to encourage Nigerians. What I told my young in-laws was that, look, go and find one Palasa phone. If you don't understand what that means, go and find one cheap phone, maybe Nokia 3310 or something. When you are going out, that is what you should take with you. Good luck to the law enforcement officer that will find Twitter on that. And if you can't afford that, if you have just your phone with you, delete the app when you are going out. When you come back, you can install it again. It will always be there for you.
To start all over again.
Don't risk your life. All you have to do is log in. That's all. Don't risk your life. Because the truth is, Nigeria is staring civil war in the face. We hope it never happens because it's not something easy to say. Okay. It is not something easy to say.
So really, but are we not gonna even talk about the stupidity in the first place that brought about banning Twitter? Because what is the idea?
But that's always been the plan.
What is the idea behind?
But let's be honest, this is not the first time. They have always planned to ban social media entirely. Remember when they wanted to introduce the social media act?
What's this guy?
But they had to retreat. There's more idiots. But they had to retreat when people gave them fire online. Do you know why? They know that without social media, that NSAS protest would never have
gone.
Because people really mobilized mostly on social media.
Yeah.
It's a very, very important tool.
But why then call Nigeria a democracy if you're going to
And that is where most of you are wrong. Why do you think we are in a democracy? I kept telling people, look,
we had election.
Look.
We had elections everywhere.
This is something that will be posted online for reference for the future. I'm saying this now. Don't be surprised. Do not be surprised if this president wakes up one day and decides to put on his full military regalia and come out as a military. Because already we are under military rule in Nigeria. We are under military rule. Major companies are moving out.
But we have elections. We have an electoral.
Why do you keep talking about this?
They're not nominating people. They're not.
A man whose sole plan was for Nigeria to be a Sharia nation. How do you explain Fulani herdsmen running roughshod in communities in the south, killing people in their dozens? Up till last week Sunday, the Fulani community, the Fulani herdsmen that Sunday Igboho, the Yoruba champion, that he drove out of communities, they came back last week Sunday, early hours of the morning, and commenced on this heartless slaughter. You get me? They came into those communities in Igongo, in Oyo State, and slaughtered people. And you are saying there shouldn't be a war. For how long do you think these Yoruba people will keep quiet? And we have a president that is doing absolutely nothing. Go on social media. This is why they want to ban it, because social media will inform you live and direct. Remember when the NSAS occurred and they killed all those people?
Yep.
And they were coming out to say nobody died. If not for social media, how would we have known? Because everybody was videoing what was going on and letting us know. Well, this is what I will tell you. As usual, trust us to bring you information. This is not first-hand information from me. It's information I sourced out online. If you have been harassed, if you get harassed, if you get arrested, if you get jailed for having Twitter, because I know that people can only try. Sometimes they will catch you with that Twitter app.
Yeah.
Sometimes they will make up stories that you have Twitter on your phone even when you don't have it.
Yep.
So you have a free hotline you can call. It is absolutely free for legal advice and support. This is only for if you've been arrested or if you have been harassed for having Twitter app on your phone. Now listen very well. 080, that's 022 557 3727. I will call it again. 080-022 557 3727. There's another one here, +234 816 053 7202. I'll repeat that one too again. +234 816 053 7202. That number is a free hotline number for you to get legal advice and support if you've been harassed or arrested for having Twitter app on your phone. Save this number, pass it on to others that you know. It may save a life. Tell everyone around you. Secondly, online, I can see people bringing out ideas and suggestions regarding this Twitter issue. Don't discuss anything regarding Twitter when you are in a Bolt car or Uber. Maybe it's Uber, you will call it. Because from what I've heard, even from the NSAS time, is that Bolt drivers and Uber drivers actually work with SARS officials.
Are you kidding?
Yes. They'll pick you up, they'll purposely take you, to areas where there are SARS people. And then the SARS, so that they can catch you now and harass you or pay you and stuff like that.
Wait. I wouldn't generalize that.
Let me tell you why I'm saying this.
I wouldn't generalize.
Let me tell you why.
Yeah.
Somebody came out on Twitter and said, guys, be very careful. This is like the third time it has happened to him, where he would go on, he would order journey via boat, trip via boat. He would tell the driver to take a particular route, and the driver will refuse and say, oh, this road is better. And when they take that route, funny enough, there are always SARS officials there to stop them. You get me? And when he said that, different people started bringing out their own stories. And one person there said that he had someone, a family member that is a Uber driver, that actually advised her that this is what they do truly, that they give them cuts. That was what he said. He said majority of them, not in UK, because you do this in UK. That's why you can have this.
You know what?
You have lived in Nigeria to know this is real.
Bro. This is where I'm looking at it from. I understand. Yes, it can happen. Nothing is impossible in Nigeria. But this is where I'm looking at it from. Now, there's an app run independently, not by that driver. You understand?
They pay me.
Not by that driver. The app is run by a different company.
Yes, his own job is to make sure that he delivers you to those SaaS people. He will pass where they are. They always know where they are. They are working with them.
Why Nigerians like
One of them is the one telling his own person, now family member, that look, don't take boats around this area. Don't take Uber if you are going around this area. Because those Uber people that work around this particular area, they work with SaaS. They will take you to where SaaS are, so that SaaS can. They will stop the Uber, tell you to come down, ask you for your phone. The driver will feign ignorance. They will tell the driver, my friend, get out of here. They will give them cut at the end of the day.
And you still get paid anyways.
That is what is going on. So people are on Twitter here saying, don't discuss anything Twitter. Oh, see, I'm not lying. Look at this.
Yeah, I know.
Don't discuss anything Twitter with Bolt or Uber driver, because most of them, most of them.
You guys don't understand where I'm looking at it from. If a business like Uber, Bolt, you understand, cannot even operate successfully.
Let me ask
you. No, let me finish.
Okay.
We're talking about Nigeria.
I'm not doubting what you're saying.
I'm
looking at this as a larger problem for us as Nigerians. You understand? Is this: if a company like Uber, Bolt cannot even operate successfully in Nigeria without the human nature of Nigerians, you understand, doing shady things like this to affect their business. Because what's going to happen is, if a lot of drivers keep doing this, it's going to affect Uber and Bolt, whether we like it or not. So if they cannot operate successfully without that human Nigerian nature, you understand, how are we going to ever survive as Nigerians?
Let me ask you this. I know we're a bit all over.
We are terrible people, you know.
It's fine. Let me ask you this. What major company or small company is not even that has not been compromised or cannot be compromised? You as you are right now, if you go back home to start a business, maybe a pure water business or whatever business you start, you put your family member there. It is your family member.
Family is the worst.
So please explain to me what you are saying. The same Boko Haram terrorists that have been pardoned by the Nigerian government, and some of them drafted into the Nigerian army, are they not the same ones that give intel, valuable intel, military info to the Boko Haram terrorists of where soldiers are, where they will pass, So what are you saying? Is there anything that cannot be compromised in Nigeria?
To say this, but I think officially today, I won't say I'm renouncing my Nigerian citizenship.
No, you can't. You are
officially today. I am giving up on Nigeria. You know why? I'm a businessman.
I've said that.
Femi, I'm a businessman. I'm looking at opportunities to invest.
Can't. Let me tell you.
But you know where all this.
Look at it this way.
I'm looking at this.
It's good to invest, but look at it this way. Let's remove all these things we have spoken of now. Let's remove all that elements from the Nigeria as a country. All right, from Nigeria as a country. You can't do investment successfully. Let me give you an example. You go and you want to invest. All right.
Yeah.
The money you pumped into it, because you have to do the mathematics properly. Okay. What you are investing, your overhead.
Yeah.
You are looking after profits.
Yeah.
Right. How are you going to get that in a country that barely has electricity? How are you going to get that in a country where they've put stipulations, pricing on that it will finish off any profit margin you even dream that you want to have?
The value of the naira is just.
Somebody was telling me
it's just going up.
Yes.
Inflation.
Somebody was telling me.
Yesterday, 2 days ago, you understand that my money for 715 to. So I'm that 715 naira to pound. 715.
Yes. And let me tell you, somebody was telling me that by the end of the year, it's going to be 1,000. Because the way Nigeria is
the way it's going now,
we are heading for the rocks. If they don't do something drastic, and the government does not look like they are even in any shape to even do anything drastic. Think about this for a minute. Do you know the number of companies that have pulled out of Nigeria right now? Shareholders that are leaving Nigeria to go to Ghana, to go to Rwanda, because those economies seem stable. When was the last time you heard of a revolt or any riot or killings in those places? You have to think about it. As somebody that has a little brain faculty still working in my head, why would I want to go and take my money, very hard-earned money, and go drill it into Nigeria, where I know that even without the crime and corruption and everything, the people that will live there, do you know how many people that have farm business? That what do they call them?
Yes.
Cow, the herdsmen.
Yeah.
They've gone and ruined millions. The videos are there online for you to see people crying.
Oh man.
So what happens to your lifelong money? When we say, if you say that 10 years, you use gather that money for abroad.
Exactly.
You get me? So think about
This is a
it.
shame. Maybe it's just paying me because I'm a businessman and
The pay is not secure.
I've got some
If you
business.
can get kidnapped,
You can get kidnapped. You can get killed at any time. Straight bullets.
Even just Instagram
Anything.
business women, you know, these sellers, and you know how many of them have run into problems just because their career, the
Okada self cannot
deliver product to customer, cannot deliver it successfully.
Yeah.
Some of them end up running away with customers' goods.
Yeah.
Now customers start chasing.
Some of them even get robbed.
what can work in that?
Some of them get robbed.
Nothing work.
Think about this. Just think about it. Think about it. Some
Yes,
of them
they
get
giving up
robbed.
on Nigeria.
Oh, do you know how many times I have said that? You will come back. See, you will still come back to say this again in 2 months' time.
Seriously.
Because you know why? Every time you think Nigeria cannot go low, they go low. We find out, they will tell you that, my guy, you think we cannot go this low. We will go lower. We will go lower for you. Somebody posted a video on Instagram, I think 2 weeks ago. There were hundreds of people at the airport leaving the country. When Pastor Adi Farasin said, look for a plan B. Everybody needs to have a plan B. That was what he meant. People don't even care about abroad or anything. If you don't get visa for going London, people will go to Ghana.
Go to Togo.
Ghana is the place to be now. People are going to Rwanda. It's incredible how it has come to this. It is shocking.
Mentioning Rwanda, you know, when they had that biggest issue, you know, Nigeria was quite in a better place then. No, it wasn't good.
No, it was stable.
We
were stable in
how
bullshit.
far they have come.
Because we have gone backwards. All we have are individuals who are only concerned with lining their pockets with public money.
Alright, Femi, I said a long time ago I want to be doing something which is not just complaining because we know that there's a problem.
Oh, wait.
We have to talk about it.
Way forward.
But let me just ask you, for anybody, let's say one of the few good men out there that might be listening or looking for ideas. No, I'm not calling any names. I'm just saying for anybody like, you know, that might want to be a president someday and all that might be looking for ideas. Just a few things. What do you think Nigeria can do? Well,
first thing you need to do, some people need to die. Is it that let me tell you, they know themselves.
I'm 200%.
I cannot mention name, but they know themselves. There are many. They need to die.
Certain class of people need to.
Is it that or at least be in jail for life?
No,
and also that happens.
Jail, we've seen people like Bode Thomas, people Obasanjo came out of jail to lead us.
So the thing is, a lot of people need to die for Nigeria to go forward, or they need to be exiled for life.
Any other thing?
Well, policies that need to be in place, and one major thing I will talk about.
Cannot come out without
one major thing that needs to happen. They need to scrap the National Assembly. It needs to cease to exist because you know why? They are just useless. They do nothing. They have no effect. Imagine people earning 30 million naira per month.
They are doing
just
something.
to sit
they are
and
investing
sleep.
our money. They are spending our money. They don't say they are not doing anything.
Absolutely useless. There is, personally, I don't see what's good in the National Assembly.
Because it basically feels like only the president that is running the country. That's even
There
if
is
he
no
is.
good. They are just not, I don't know. They are not fit for use. We need policies.
All right,
We need
let's
to
not-
repair our oil refineries.
Let's
I can go on till evening, but I don't want anything that will get me heated because I don't need unnecessary health problems for my life. Let's move on. Let's come back to home base. Let's come back to home base. Be careful out there, guys. Delete Twitter from your phone, and if you must use Twitter from your house, get a VPN. Before we forget that, get a VPN.
All right.
There are lots of
VPN
free.
is a raining thing.
There are lots of free VPNs to use.
I call
Most people don't know. There are lots of free VPNs you can use. Get a VPN if you are going to use Twitter. You didn't hear that from me, but
Get it. So there's nothing bad about it.
back to home base. There are some new laws that have been put in place. We'll just discuss this briefly and then we'll round up. There are some new laws put in place, and I just think this is why I love the UK. They do things that amuse me. It's a sharp contrast to Nigeria. I will read this as I've seen. This is how I've seen it in the newspaper. It says motorists can enjoy a nice summer breeze as they go for a ride. But there are some driving rules you could be breaking this summer without even noticing. And some of them could land you in prison for multiple years. And one of them is wearing or not wearing sunglasses. And I just think that's ridiculous, really. I mean, in the hot sun, why don't you, why shouldn't you be able to do that? But it says on here, maximum penalty is a ban, 3 to 9 points, or an unlimited fine. But they even give explanation. They said the sun can be pretty unforgiving, and sunglasses may be way too dark for driving. Some can even block your peripheral vision because of the edge.
Before you go on, have you ever had that kind of experience when
My
you
guy,
wear sunglasses?
no, I don't know sunglasses. I don't know.
Carry on.
You will be fined for this, blah blah blah. The highway patrol code, the highway codes advises that you must pull over if you are dazzled by bright sunlight. If the correct glasses aren't small, you're facing a huge fine. I move on. Contactless payments at drive-thrus. Maximum penalty is 3 points and a £1,000 fine.
That one, I must confess. That one doesn't.
I don't understand.
I don't understand.
Honestly, what it says on here, it says even if you have stopped the car to make payments at a drive-thru, you could be breaking the law. That's because as long as your engine is still on, you are considered to be driving. So basically, at drive-thrus, turn on the engine of your car, and you are good to go.
Yeah, before you go, can I make a citizen's arrest if I see someone doing that? Because I see a lot of cops. You understand? In McDonald's drive-thru. So can I actually arrest them
That's entirely up to you.
for doing that without sweeping up their engine?
That's up to you.
You might as well just say McDonald's should scrap.
Well, you think that's ridiculous? It gets better. Moving on, it says not turning on the AC or opening a window. Hear me out. The maximum penalty for that is 2 years in prison, 3 to 11 points, and an unlimited fine. Hear me out. It says that the highway code states that your vehicle must be well ventilated at all times. This is to avoid drowsiness, which can cause you to drive dangerously.
Yeah.
So either you let in some fresh air or make use of your air conditioning. Don't you love this country?
I love this.
Yeah, it's part of everything, Things that will put you in trouble too. So it gets better.
What?
A fever medication.
Yeah.
If you look at my eyes, I wore this here, so I might have committed a crime because my eyes were swollen and red.
We have a dangerous screaming at you.
I mean, if you think about it,
He's crying. He won that shit when he was driving.
if you think about it, this is A fever season. You get me? So it says here 60% of A fever sufferers take their medications before driving, according to a study. But the problem is those medications can cause sleepiness and a blurred vision.
Say wow.
That would mean you are in a condition not to drive. Imagine you are in jail. with a murderous criminal who has murdered 16 people.
With Carlos.
With a pedophile. And everybody say, what did you come in for? And somebody say, well, armed robbery. You know, one says, well, murder. Well, manslaughter. Well, I wore dark shades and used a fingerprints.
Before driving.
And that's why I'm here. Like, how does that look like?
The automatic breach of that jail.
Now, this one is funny because I've seen like probably 2 dozen of it on my way to the studio here today. It says, bringing your bike. Maximum penalty for that is £1,000 fine.
Bringing your bike out.
I will explain. It says here, mounting bike racks at the rear of a vehicle is great when going on a trip. Just make sure it does not cover your license plates because you could be facing a big fine. No matter how you mount those bikes, it will cover it now. What people do is they put it on top of the car, which every time I say that, I'm like, you're on the motorway, this is why I go this.
And I've actually seen a situation where, you know, that kind of a bike fell, you know.
There you go. Imagine that happening on the motorway.
I had to quickly...
Why people are trying to swap on the motorway? Instant stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going to put cash, you know, of insane levels of... But they say what they are trying to say here is, they say try a lighting board to display your plates if you must mount a bike. So you see, they think of everything.
People actually have time.
You get what I mean? So the next one here, it says, this is the funniest one for me personally. It says overloading the vehicle. Maximum penalty for this is 3 points and 2,500 fine.
They don't want to turn UK to K2 market.
Well, this is insane. What they are saying here, they say you shouldn't overload it with a weight that is more than the manufacturer's recommendation. That's according to that. So you can't even put. You can't say today is beach day, and you know when you are going to the beach, you have to take the chairs, those foldable chairs. You take
but actually the manufacturers they consider those things. Why do you think we have storage space?
My guy, they are saying don't overload your vehicle. This one even worse. Don't driving on wet roads after a summer rain. 2 years in prison, a ban, 3 to 11 points, and an unlimited fine. It says here asphalt roads can bleed onto the surface in hot weather, causing the road. Well, they say this can make the road slippery and increase the chances of skidding. So if you are the cause of an accident on a slippery road, you could face it. But how? The water is on the road and I'm driving. How is that my face? Am I my jet fashion? Am I in the car?
You better carry more in your car now so that when you see water, you have to actually help them more people. But
this one,
before you finish.
No, there's just one more. Actually.
Okay, say that one.
Now, this one I don't understand. It's a bit confused because it says freeing a dog from a hot car. Maximum penalty for this is actually 10 years in prison. So it says clearly leaving a pet in a hot car is wrong on all levels.
Yeah.
But you may want to have a good think about breaking into a car to save a dog. It says, yeah, that's what they're saying. That's why it says it could be seen as a criminal damage.
Wow.
Yes. Destroying someone else's property could get you locked up for 10 years.
Yeah, go on.
Destroying someone's property could get you locked up for 10 years. And it says that's according to the Crown Prosecution Services. So if you must spot a suffering dog, it's best to call 999 than breaking into that person's car.
And I can also grab a chair and see how long it takes the dog to die.
Because you know it's easy to say all this thing. But one thing I know now is the same government doing these rules. They've cut fundings to the police to the point where if you're running for the police right now, if it's not a major incident, it could take them 2-3 hours.
It has happened to me before now.
It has happened to me too.
I had an issue with the last time I serviced my car. That week that you serviced.
Yeah.
I called the cops on that guy. They didn't come on the 3 hours. Do you know why they even came eventually? I told them that I'm going to drive off and start hitting any car in front of me. So they came. They thought I was going to be a terrorist.
So if you think about it,
you understand?
If you see a dog in a hot car and you call the police, they might not show up for a couple of hours. Yeah. So which means that dog is going to...
That's what I'm saying. The law is the law. Grab a chair, grab a drink,
and
take medicine.
You know what?
He's going to die in 30 minutes.
I think that should be about it for today's episode. We've discussed
before we end this. Yeah, I was going to add something to your listing. You know, for people that smoke, You understand? The next time you're smoking on the motorway or whatever, but careful before you toss the bottle of the cigarette out through the window, because you can be arrested for littering.
Oh, well, yeah.
Cigarette butts. In the UK, people do it a lot, and I see it a lot. But I never knew it was an offense.
No, it
One of
is
my friends was,
littering,
I had this guy in my car.
£85 fine, I think.
He tossed it out. Luckily, the police, the police officer, a lady, she was really nice, And as soon as the guy just admitted that he wasn't thinking and all that, they let us go. You understand?
Wow, yeah.
And
So don't litter. Nigerians, if you're in Nigeria, delete Twitter app or get a VPN.
Yeah.
And I will leave you with this. Uber Facts has it that you are twice as likely to die from feeling unloved and lonely than for being overweight. And what that tells me is, don't suffer in silence. Get out there. We're in summer, lovely weather. Go to the beach, go for a walk, do something. Speak to someone. If you're feeling down, if you're feeling unloved, you can't just stay in your house and,
Actually,
motivate yourself.
You'll be tempted to
I am
do that.
motivating you now.
You'll be tempted to
Because
do that.
most of the time I don't even like leaving my house, you see. But I have colleagues, I have friends that will, set up these panic rooms, escape rooms, just activities that, they will drive you out by force or something, just to make you mix up and, feel among. And, so please don't suffer in silence. Take care of your mental health. Remember, mental health above everything. So we'll see you on the next episode. It's been fun.
Yeah.
My name is Femi Anthony.
I am Dr. Sky.
Ciao.
Ciao. Love you.